All right, so get this. We're diving into DomShot today, a cryptocurrency um, claiming to be the first to monetize truth.
Truth.
Yeah, you got to be wondering, how does anyone even put a price tag on truth? Well, that's what we're here to unpack.
What I think is so remarkable is how DomShot links its digital currency,
No.
Dom, directly to the worldview of the Flat Earth community.
Yeah.
It's like building an economy on a belief system.
Okay, so walk me through it.
Sure.
They've chosen the Pulse Chain blockchain, right? Speed and low fees make sense for a community that values efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's this whole minding system built around the Flat Earth Clock app,
Yeah.
or the FE app,
Yeah, the FE app.
like a digital handshake with a financial incentive. Am I right?
Precisely. Refer someone to the FE app they join, provide their crypto wallet address, and bam, you get a hefty 1.5 million dome.
Well, okay.
This aggressive reward system is clearly designed for rapid growth. But the real question is, how sustainable is this model after December 25, 2024? That's when the incentive structure changes.
Now that's what I call a cliffhanger. What happens after December 25th?
Well,
And what about those who join the app but don't provide a wallet address? Where does their dome go?
this is where it gets really interesting. Remember that date, December 25th?
Okay.
Because that's when DomShot throws its annual party.
Okay.
The DomShot event.
The DomShot event.
Yeah.
Okay, you've definitely piqued my curiosity. Tell me more about this DomShot event. What makes it so special?
It's all about redistribution. Any dome earned but not claimed by users who didn't provide a wallet address gets airdropped to existing dome holders on December 25th.
Oh.
The more dome you hold, the bigger your share of the pie.
So it incentivizes holding on to Dome rather than trading it. It's like a loyalty program
Right.
built into a cryptocurrency.
Exactly. This strategy potentially creates scarcity, which could drive up the value of Dome for those who are in for the long haul. It's a fascinating economic experiment.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's zoom in on this Flat Earth Clock app for a second. You mentioned it's central to this whole ecosystem, but what exactly is it?
The FE app is where this community gathers, shares content, and engages with the idea of truth
Okay.
that DomShot champions.
And by truth, we're talking about content related to the Flat Earth theory, right?
Precisely.
This isn't just your average social media app.
It's not, no. We're talking over 1,000 videos, a massive library dedicated to this concept. What's even more intriguing is their claim that much of this content is shadow banned
Oh, wow.
from major search engines, making the FE app a sort of digital safe haven for this information.
So they're creating an exclusive space, an information ecosystem that bypasses the algorithms and filters of the mainstream internet.
Exactly. And
Okay.
it's attracting a significant audience. They've already amassed over 203,000 users, all connected by this app and their shared belief system.
It's incredible how technology empowers these niche communities. It's not just about the financial aspect of cryptocurrency, it's about ideology, finding its own platform, its own voice, and now its own currency.
Exactly, and that's what makes DomShot such a compelling case study. It's a glimpse into how technology can be harnessed to support and potentially amplify specific beliefs.
Yeah.
But the big question is this model sustainable? Can a cryptocurrency built on a niche belief like this really achieve mainstream success?
Now, those are the million-dollar questions. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about DomShot's performance so far. Have they managed to turn heads in the crypto world? Are people buying into this literally?
From the looks of it, yes. They've already conducted airdrops distributing billions of Dome to early adopters. They're listed on pulsex.com, and their market cap is already over $3 million.
$3 million.
Yeah.
And they're nearing 1,500 holders. That's significant growth in a relatively short time frame.
It seems this concept of a truth-based cryptocurrency, even one rooted in a controversial theory, is striking a chord.
Absolutely, and their future plans seem even more ambitious. They're talking about integrating Dome purchases within the FE app, partnering with platforms like Internet Wallet, and even offering discounts for Dome transactions within Truth and Freedom communities.
It seems their goal is to weave Dome into the very fabric of these communities, creating a self-sustaining ecosystem where their currency isn't just a means of exchange, but a symbol of shared belief.
That's a bold strategy.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder, is this model, this idea of a cryptocurrency, intricately tied to a specific ideology, something that can be replicated elsewhere? Could we see other groups with their own definitions of truth follow in DomShot's footsteps?
That's a question that takes us beyond the mechanics of cryptocurrency and into the very heart of belief community and the future of information in the digital age.
It's almost like we're witnessing the birth of a new kind of digital tribe, one where your beliefs aren't just something you share online, but something you invest in, something you literally buy into.
Yeah. It's a fascinating thought experiment, isn't it? Imagine a world where every online community, every niche interest, could have its own cryptocurrency, its own microeconomy fueled by shared beliefs.
It's like taking the concept of crowdfunding to a whole new level. We're not just talking about donating to a cause you believe in, but actually participating in a financial system that reflects your values.
It challenges the very notion of what a currency can be. With Dome Shot Dome isn't just a means of exchange. It's a statement of identity, a way to quantify your commitment to a particular worldview.
Which is both ingenious and a little unnerving, right? On one hand, it empowers these communities, gives them a tangible way to support each other and their shared goals.
But on the other hand, it raises concerns about fragmentation, about the internet fracturing into echo chambers, where people only interact with information and ideas that confirm their existing beliefs.
And let's not forget the potential for manipulation. If a cryptocurrency is intrinsically linked to a specific ideology, what happens when those in control use that power to push their own agenda?
It's a valid concern. It highlights the importance of transparency and accountability within these systems. How can we ensure that these crypto-fueled communities remain open and democratic, that they don't devolve into closed societies with their own skewed versions of truth?
Yeah, it's a tightrope walk for sure. And it'll be interesting to see how DomeShot navigates these challenges as they grow. They've talked about aligning with other truth and freedom communities, which seems like a smart move to broaden their appeal.
It's a brilliant marketing tactic. By associating themselves with these broadly appealing concepts, they tap into something deeply resonant with a certain segment of the population.
Right, who doesn't want to be on the side of truth and freedom?
Yeah.
But it's a double-edged sword. The more successful they are in framing themselves this way, the more scrutiny they'll attract, especially if their definition of those terms diverges from mainstream interpretations.
And we haven't even touched on the potential legal and regulatory hurdles. As these crypto-powered communities grow in influence and financial power, governments around the world will undoubtedly take notice.
It's like the Wild West of finance all over again. New frontiers are being explored, new rules are being written, and there's a palpable sense of excitement and uncertainty in the air.
And just like in the Wild West, there will be winners and losers. Some of these crypto communities will thrive, some will fade away, and some might even erupt in spectacular fashion.
Okay, I'm getting chills again.
Yeah.
But let's bring it back to DomeShot for a moment. They're not just talking about creating a community, they're talking about building a whole ecosystem.
Right. They're aiming to make Dome the lifeblood of this community. We've already touched upon the referral system. But then there's the annual DomeShot event, the potential partnerships with platforms like Internet Wallet, and the integration of Dome purchases directly within the FE app.
It's like they're building a self-contained world, a digital nation-state where their currency is king. But to achieve that, they'll need to convince even more people to buy into their vision of truth.
Which brings us back to the Flat Earth Clock app. It's not just a social media platform. It's the foundation upon which this entire ecosystem is built.
And it's an ecosystem built on content that's been deemed shadow banned by major search engines. That raises some important questions about what information is considered valuable, who gets to decide, and what happens when those in power attempt to silence dissenting voices.
It's a slippery slope. On the one hand, no one wants misinformation to spread unchecked, but on the other hand, who gets to be the arbiter of truth? When platforms like Google start deciding what information we can and cannot access, it sets a dangerous precedent.
Absolutely, and it's what makes DomeShot's approach so intriguing. They're not just creating a cryptocurrency, they're creating a space where information that's been deemed unacceptable by the mainstream internet can find a home.
Which makes their potential partnership with Internet Wallet even more fascinating. If a mainstream platform like that were to embrace a cryptocurrency so closely tied to a controversial ideology, what kind of message would that send?
It would be a huge validation for DomeShot and the community they're building. But it would also force these larger platforms to confront some uncomfortable questions about censorship bias and their role in shaping the flow of information online.
It's a microcosm of the larger debate happening right now about the power of big tech and the future of free speech in the digital age.
Yeah.
And it's all playing out against the backdrop of this volatile, ever-evolving world of cryptocurrency.
You know, it's mind-blowing to think that something as seemingly technical as cryptocurrency could be at the heart of such a massive philosophical debate.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a testament to how quickly technology is reshaping our world, you know?
Yeah.
Blurring the lines between finance information and belief systems.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Domshot is a prime example of this. They're not just minting digital tokens, they're building a movement. And they're betting that their vision of truth, however controversial it might seem to some, will resonate with enough people to create a real sustainable economy.
It's a bold gamble, but as we've seen time and again in the crypto world, fortune favors the bold.
So where does this leave us? We've dissected the mechanics of Domshot, explored their ambitious plans, and grappled with the philosophical implications of a cryptocurrency intrinsically tied to a specific worldview. What's the takeaway for our listeners?
Well, I think the key takeaway here is this. Domshot is a sign of things to come. It's a glimpse into a future where online communities fueled by shared beliefs and empowered by technology could wield significant financial and cultural influence.
Yeah, it's both exciting and a bit daunting, isn't it? Like we're standing at the edge of a new frontier, uncertain of what lies ahead, but captivated by the possibilities.
Absolutely. Domshot challenges us to confront some fundamental questions about the nature of truth, the role of technology, and the future of community in a digital world. These are questions that extend far beyond the realm of cryptocurrency and touch upon the very fabric of our society.
So to our listeners, we leave you with this thought. Keep an open mind. The world is changing rapidly, and Domshot is just one example of the forces shaping this new landscape. Stay informed, stay engaged, and don't be afraid to ask the tough questions.
Yeah, because the answers might surprise you. And the future, as always, remains unwritten.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.